Okay, hi everyone. So I realize that I haven't blogged, I think, since I put up the video of Sarah and I last. I'm pretty sure that's the last thing that's up. And so I decided I would video blog for the last 2 weeks what's been going on because it's way too much to write. So bear with me because this might be somewhat of a lengthy video, hopefully not more than a couple minutes, but we'll see. So here I am, I'm in the house I'm living in Georgetown. It's great. It's really nice to be here, and Darlene's a sweetheart. She's really great, and I'm really enjoying living here, and it's a nice, safe, easy place for me to be right now while I kind of figure out what I'm doing with myself. I've been working part-time at the little gym, and that's going really great. I really like it there a lot. Like the people I'm working with, I like the gym. It's clean, it's up to date, and the people are really sweet. And they've already got me training people. I've only been there 2 weeks, and they already have me training and that kind of thing, so that's really good. And I've made some Mary Kay contacts, and now I just got to start booking them. So from all that standpoint, things are going really well. So, gosh, I don't even know where to start. So the first week that I was here, that Tuesday that Sarah left, that we posted the video on, I had already found a small group through the Austin Stone Church that I really like and that I've been going to. So I found a small group that first Tuesday, so I'd only been here 3 days, and the lady who leads it, her name is Faith, and she was asking me if I just moved there and all that, and I said, yeah, I just moved here. Where'd you move from? Moved from Maine. Wow, you moved from Maine. When did you move here? Saturday? And she's, as in 3 days ago? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she's like, and you already found a small group? Mm-hmm. Yep. And these people have no idea what they're getting themselves into with me, I think. But they're starting to get a clue. So anyway, so I found that small group. It's gonna be a great small group for me, I think, because they do a lot of outreach and that kind of thing. So like 1 week they'll go to the nursing home and they run the bingo night. Another week they do a prayer night with the whole church. Another week they share testimonies, and another week they do like a potluck dinner. So it's the same, like the first Tuesday is always the same, the second Tuesday is always the same, but it rotates. So they're doing a lot of different things, and it's a mixed group. So it's marrieds and singles, and there's kids that go and that kind of thing. So it's a really good group of people, a lot of different people that I'm meeting. So she asked me why I moved to Austin, and I told her, I said, well, and I think there's probably a lot of opportunity for me here, and there's a lot of different reasons. And I said, but really, I just moved here on faith that it was the right thing to do, that it was where I was supposed to be. And she said, she goes, you are like the 7th or 8th person that I've recently met who has told me that. And she said something about, there must be a revival coming or something. And I thought, all right, I'll keep that in mind. I thought that was interesting. So then Darlene, who I'm living with, she wasn't home all that week. She was in Oklahoma with her daughter, who just had a baby. And so Darlene got home the end of the week. And I was relaying her that story. Darlene's really sweet and really strong Christian lady, and I was relaying her the story. And I got to the part where the lady said I was the 7th or 8th person, and Darlene said, well, that's because there's a revival coming to Austin. And I was like, how did you know that? And she said, she said, we've been praying for it for years, so there's a revival coming. And I was like, So to shorten this story, because it's a much longer one, I have, since hearing all of that stuff, I have heard of or met probably 3 or 4 other people who have all recently moved here or are about to move here just because they believe God wants them here. For no other reason. They don't know what they're doing yet. Some of them have jobs, some of them don't. Some of them still don't even have housing, but they're trying to figure it out. But they just believe this is where God wants them. So I just think that's really cool. Like, there's a lot of us moving in here, and a lot of us are, not everyone, but a lot of the ones that I've met and that I've heard of are, around 30 and single or newly married. So it's a lot of young people moving in here, and I think that's really cool because apparently there's a revival coming, and I plan to be right smack in the middle of the whole thing. So as I've said, I've been going to the Austin Stone at night. I've been going to church with Cameron in the morning, and then the Austin Stone at night. And I started emailing the Austin Stone last summer when I visited here in July, and started emailing them about joining the worship team and seeing what I would have to do that. And so I've been emailing. His name is Chris. He's the pastor of, actually I don't even know if he's a pastor, but he's in charge of the worship at Austin Stone. So I met Andy, who's the worship pastor, I believe, and Andy referred me to Chris, and so I went and talked to Chris tonight, and so they both knew who I was already, which was pretty cool. Thanks to Facebook, they both, they recognized me on site, and because of my emails and all that. And as soon as I said my name, they both knew who I was. So that was very cool. And Chris was telling me all about how the church's mission and all that stuff, and we just talked about all sorts of different forms of worship and where the church believes that is going to go and how that's going to look in the city, because this church is always wanting to be out in the city. This is not a church that stays within its own walls. In fact, they don't even have a building. They meet right now in Austin High School. So they don't even have a building, and but they do not stay within their own walls. It's all outreach, and they feed within their own walls, and they enable and they teach and they get people ready to make disciples, and then they send them out into the city to do that. And I really think that this church is going to be integral to whatever is going on with the revival, or at least, it's at least going to play a large role in it, I think, because that's how everybody in this church is wired that way, to want to go out and meet people and make disciples and that kind of thing. So I talked to Chris for a while. He really spent a good 20-25 minutes with me, which I was really impressed about. And they have all these things coming up. They're going to start a choir, but it's not going to be a regular church choir. At the Austin Stone, they're really concerned about musicianship, for one thing, so it's going to be a really good choir, but it's not going to be a Sunday morning choir. It's going to be out in the city and doing things and meeting people and and things. I mean, he doesn't even know, it's still grassroots, so he was just telling me what he thinks it's going to be, but they're not even sure. And they're going to start guitar labs and vocal labs and worship leader labs and all these things to enable people to take their skill and go out and do more of it, which I just think is awesome, and I want to be right on board for that too. And so he introduced me to another girl in the church, whose name I can't remember, but he's going to forward her email on my email onto her so she can get in contact with me. But she's in charge of the partner training, and they don't, instead of making members, they make partners, and it's not like a membership. It's just simply to get people on the same page, and so that everybody's on board with the mission of the church and doing the same thing. And so he wants me to go through the partner class, which is the next one's in June. So I was talking to this girl tonight, and I feel really bad that I can't remember her name now because I just met her an hour ago. But I was talking to her tonight, and she was asking me where I lived, and I told her I lived in Georgetown, and she says, "Oh, you've got to meet Beth. Beth just moved here, and she lives in Georgetown." And she points through the door to this girl standing behind the table serving pizza to these people who were in tonight's partnership class. And it's a girl I know. I know her. I've met her at Passion many times. She used to live in Atlanta and work at the North Point Church, which is where Louis Giglio comes out of. Beth and her husband Larry just moved here to the Austin area, and they actually live in Georgetown, further north than I do, because I live way south in Georgetown. But so I just think that's so cool. So anyway, my video is getting really long now, and I want to be able to make it in one video, so I'm going to stop. But that's the update as to what's going on in a nutshell, and I'll keep you updated, and I think I'll probably do more video blogs instead of writing it, because I have a feeling there's just going to be so much happening. But keep in touch with me, keep praying for all this stuff going on, because I think some big things are going to start happening here, and like I said, I want to be right in the middle of the whole thing, so I'm really excited. So anyway, I love you all, and I will talk to you soon, I hope. Okay, bye.